Since losing 45 pounds in 90 days, I obviously was tracking everything, but I wasn't tracking maybe the most important thing besides protein, and that is fiber. And even you watching this, you probably know about tracking fats, carbohydrates, protein, maybe even water, but not a lot of people are talking about fiber, and I think it's one of the most important things and one of the most overlooked things in nutrition. Around 90% of people in the West are reported to be under-eating on fiber every single day. And it's not like the consequences are just digestive stuff, whether it's, can't poo, too much poo. It's like a lot of other super important health things. And I believe when I was reading, it said that colon cancer was like the #1 killer of people under 50. And I just want to read from this study, a meta-analysis out of the Lancet found that people eating the most fiber had a 15 to 30% reduction in all-cause mortality. That's across thousands of people. That's like a real number. So here's just 4 very important things that fiber does for us and why it's so important. And these are all backed by science. The first one is hunger. Fiber slows down digestion and forms a kind of like gel in your gut that keeps you fuller for longer. There's research in a journal called Appetite that showed a significant increase in satiety, so like how full we feel, meaning we naturally eat less food without even really trying. The second is blood sugar. Soluble fiber slows how quickly our body absorbs carbs. So think of it like a armor in the stomach where you eat carbs and it's immediately kind of fastly absorbed by the bloodstream, but now it has to kind of like wiggle its way through that armor from the fiber. And so you don't get this huge spike in energy, but really like that huge insulin spike that causes a crash like an hour to 2 after eating. So if you get energy crashes after eating, this is like the go-to key. The third is gut health. A 2024 study in Gastroenterology showed that more fiber positively affects the gut microbacteria, reduces inflammation, and regulates digestion in both directions because your gut bacteria literally feeds on fiber. And the fourth and maybe most important one is heart health. A 2023 meta-analysis found that fiber reduced total cholesterol, blood pressure, and fasting blood pressure in people getting adequate fiber daily. This stuff is just doing a lot of work for us in the right direction. So right now I'm taking 2 to 4 tablespoons of Psyllium husk powder a day, usually 2 tablespoons after breakfast and then 2 after lunch. And that's on top of whatever fiber I'm getting from food like vegetables and such. And me personally, the changes I noticed were like pretty quick, honestly. I felt fuller between meals, way less random snacking, not because I was trying and just didn't want to. I didn't have a need. Like I was just full. The digestion got smoother, my gut felt calmer. And like a lot of things, finance, fitness, I mean, it's just, you can't manage what you don't measure. And most people like me a couple months ago didn't actually know how much fiber I was even eating. Like when I look at my fitness pal, I'm just looking at 3 freaking numbers, 4 including calories, but just protein, carbs, fats. And like I see fiber on there, but like it just never occurred to me to even care about it until digging into the scientific research on it. So I would challenge you to track it for a week. Most people are at or under 20 grams a day. And the target for me and probably you should be 30 to 40 grams daily. Obviously, supplements are an added to the solution. You want to start with the whole foods first, like vegetables, fruits, legumes, oats, beans. Then I use a supplement to fill the gaps. So just make sure you're hitting the food first, supplement second. So the supplement I use it's called just Psyllium husk. There's no like added artificial anything. It comes from the seeds of a plant called the Plantago ovata. It's a soluble fiber. It absorbs water and forms a gel in your gut, and that gel is what slows the digestion and feeds your gut bacteria and smooths out your blood sugar. It's one of the most well-researched fiber supplements out there. It's not like a new thing. Our grandparents probably heard of it, but the difference is now we have good studies backing up why it works. So if I was considering jumping into it again, I would probably start with a tablespoon a day and build up for like 2 to 3 weeks maybe, depending on how sensitive or tolerant you are. I'm at 2 tablespoons twice a day, but I started at 1 for a few days, then 2 for a few days, and then I slowly built up over 2 weeks, and now I feel like I can, successfully handle anything that's thrown at me. I take it with a full glass of water, and that's really important because the psyllium absorbs a lot of water as it works. So if you don't drink enough water with it, you could feel honestly tired and kind of off. And from what I've read, you kind of want to take it before meals, so to give it time to form that gel, that armor in the stomach before we eat. And that's when it does most of the work on hunger and blood sugar. But honestly, it's not for everyone, okay? Real quick before you order it, psyllium husk is not for everyone. If you have a history of bowel obstruction, serious GI issues, or difficulty swallowing, avoid it. If you're on medications, take them at least 2 hours before and after, because psyllium husk can affect absorption rates of the medications. And any serious health stuff going on, like just make sure you check with your doctor and do anything, official before you ingest the supplement. But for most healthy people, it's safe and effective. But I just wanted to say that precursor. If you've resonated with what I've been saying and, find the benefits, see the benefits, realize how important it is, I put a link in the description to the psyllium husk powder that I use and have my clients on, my family on. So look into it, try it out, let me know, come back here and let me know what you think of it. And let's just keep getting healthy. I'll also link all the studies that I used for the information that I just blurted out at you, and I'll put those in the description as well. I appreciate you spending your time, which is the most important asset to get your wealth up. Health is wealth in 2026. Hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.